And we are live. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 474. Today is Friday, September 20th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 3-ish.
That's 3-ish, and today's that day. Speaking of time, I want to give everybody a heads up as well. In the coming weeks and months, as I've been kind of gearing you all up for it, we will start kind of rotating these times. We're going to make sure we do one every day, but it might not be at the same time. But the podcast, of course, is still going and all that good stuff. So keep those notifications on. Make sure you click that bell next to subscribe and make sure you get those notifications.
Oh, yeah.
All right, but top stories of the day. U.S. Congress schedules September 24th hearing with the SEC. Crypto on the agenda. Zap developer used Lightning Network to buy Bitcoin. Avoid Coinbase and BitPay. Look, I mean, we really need to reach this point where I guess we need to have the following for it. But whenever we say something, it's like in the news 6 months later. It's like, we've been saying it, people.
Yeah, we've been saying it.
But hey, good. I'm glad somebody else put it out there. Wells Fargo executive. Oh, I was supposed to delete this story, but since I'm halfway saying the actual words now. Wells Fargo executive boasts of stablecoins, better efficiency, higher speed against SWIFT. So basically, Wells Fargo is getting the marketing team up and going. South Korea's Upbit becomes latest exchange to delist privacy cryptocurrencies. And last but not least, game maker Electronic Arts trolls crypto Twitter and wins. They might be the first undefeated group on the internet right now. But again, it's EA. They get all the gamers there. They know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Before we get going, let's look at these prices. What's going on with it?
Oh, yeah. Well, not much action today. However, Bitcoin is at $10,123. Down 1.5%. Ethereum hovering at $216, down 2% today as well. XRP at 29 cents is down 3.5%. Bcash at $312, down 2.3%. Litecoin at $74 is down 3% as well. And lastly, EOS at $3.90, down 1% as well. So, completely red day. Everything is pretty much going sideways. Like we said, don't panic, people. This is the calm before the storm.
Hey, somebody holla at Crypto Blood. It's been there's some articles coming out about EOS right now that don't paint it in the best light.
They do have their problems.
So we'll see what happens. They have their problems, of course, but it's a long road too. It's a marathon. You know, if you're technically savvy, you know that. Mm-hmm. However, it's not painting them in a great light. And right now, I mean, this is the time where you don't want to be put in a bad light or have any extra attention from anyone because we already know the government is gunning as well as everybody else out there trying to get a piece. So we'll see what happens with the project.
Oh, yeah.
Some quick shout outs before we get started. What is going on? Tony Nolly, Tessa Hall, Christopher Ladd, Shannon Allen, Cryptonomics. What's up? Antonio. Love seeing that vid for Jack. Shannon Allen, Negro Domicis, hilarious. From Jack. Right, yeah. We're going to talk about that today for sure. Cryptonomics said, I saw that too last night. Fed prints 278 million. Was it billion or?
Billion.
Billion!
Yeah, it's way more than the market cap.
3 days, more than the entire crypto market cap. Crazy times, LL. But hey, if you ask anybody, there's nothing wrong with the market. Everything's good and crypto's for criminals.
No such thing as a recession, people.
But this, I mean, as they would say on Family Guy, this is what grinds my gears. Even if you have no sense of the monetary policies or fiscal, whatever, economics, to understand that people can just print money. Just
pump it into the economy.
Do you not understand how fake that is?
Yeah.
I can't even make what's a metaphor for this? What's an example?
I mean,
I'm selling fake chickens today. Come get one. You know?
Exactly.
So I don't want a fake chicken.
Flood the market.
Well, you have to have the fake chicken. We're not selling no more real ones. We ran out of real ones in the 60s and 70s. Like,
oh yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it's a simple supply and demand. If you flood the market, it's always going to be inflation, and that's what we have right now.
Oh man, what is going on? Allison Thompson, Harold George, S1 Dubs. That's right. No likes yet. Smash them and smash those likes and shares. What's going on, Evan? Haven't seen you in a while. How's everything been? I think you're up north, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, this is crazy. Cryptonomics said, this is about to get some people going. What's up with these Looney Tune people signing a petition to save Veritasium? LMAO.
I haven't even seen that.
Oh, Cryptonomics said that's like trying to say
Big Connect.
Oh,
whoa,
shots fired. Bang,
man.
bang.
Well,
is it that bad to you, Cryptonomics?
Yeah, hopefully they get it together because I haven't even seen that as far as signing a petition. I haven't seen it.
Oh, and I had to say this. It was Alex Daly who always gives us his calls.
Oh, yeah.
Alex Daly came on at the end of his show, I think 2 days ago. And he said something like Bitcoin is going back down or whatever. He just had me rolling. Because to be honest, Alex Daly has actually been right more times than often. It's funny you busted. I was about to bust out some wine too.
Oh, yeah.
Today, it's a nice little Friday. We're trying to relax.
Beautiful Friday.
Beautiful Friday.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what's going on? Good looking, hunky. Okay, what's going on? I'll see you all at Area 51. Is that what you said?
All right, Naruto run through Area 51.
Hilarious. All right, let's get back to some crypto news. Top story of the day: U.S. Congress scheduled September 24th hearing with SEC. Crypto is on the agenda. Now, the primary reason why we wanted to pull this story, of course, crypto's on the agenda, and as you go through the story, they'll talk about, they're going to be talking about the ETF, which we have said has been like just corruption at its finest I've ever seen personally. But
Crazy.
To me, the fact that they're having, and this is, let's go into detail first. The United States House of Representatives Committee on Financial Services has scheduled a hearing with the Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Jay Clayton and 4 other SEC commissioners to discuss, among other topics, crypto.
Alphabet boys.
Right? In a memo from September 19th, the Committee on Financial Services stated that will hold a hearing on September 24th entitled Oversight of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Wall Street's Cop on the Beat.
Oh, my God.
Wall Street's cop has been getting beat.
How corny
what are
are
you
these people?
talking about?
Yeah.
Present alongside Clayton will be Commissioner Hester Pierce, also known as Crypto Mom.
Who calls her that?
Never heard of that one.
Who is it?
Listen, I'm telling you, they're
Make
writing the narrative. I love it.
Make up their own nicknames for themselves?
Listen, they write the own narrative.
Christ.
I love it. What do you mean slavery? There was never no real slaves here. Look, people wanted to live here. It's better than where they were.
We're indentured servants.
Libra coin. Okay, they're talking about Libra coin, of course, as well as Mark Zuckerberg. But what I wanted to highlight was the date, people. Again, we've been talking about dates a lot when it comes to BTCE, Alexander Finnick, Mt. Gox, and what happened with that, and all these different conspiracy theories. And if you look at dates, right, we always say, as crazy as some of these conspiracy theories are, look at the date. You're telling me the day of or the day after? When does
The day
BAC
right
launch?
after BAC launches.
The day after
23rd.
BAC launches, basically Wall Street's and all the regulators, baby. Then all of a sudden you're going to have this hearing with the SEC to try to iron out all these issues.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? You can't write this corruption out in the storybook. Like,
It's happening right in front of us.
they're doing it the day after BAC launches, which of course they approved for. They gave all the regulations for. No other exchanges or no other whatever can compete with them. This is their baby. And now we're ready to have a hearing with Congress. In 2019, at the end of 2019 in reality, after they finally launched it. This is what we've been talking about for 2 years. They're going to wait until they're in place and they launch their products and the way they want to do business. And then it's going to be like, okay, we can start having a conversation now.
Yeah.
And that's why I adamantly disagree with all these professionals and experts who come into crypto saying, well, we need more law. We need more government. We need more regulations.
There you
Like,
go.
you're not even doing it the right way. You're not being fair. Like, you're not even being fair. Well, this is crazy to me.
We have plenty. And one of the interesting things about this meeting, if they talk about Libra, they're going to bring it up as a security, which is interesting because last time they kept calling it a cryptocurrency.
They can't beat it.
Not.
They can't beat it.
And then it's more of a stable coin than anything. And they're trying to figure out whether or not Libra will allow investors to make profit off of using Libra token. Now, if they make profit off of it, according to the Howey test, that is defined as a security. So they'll discuss that. Also, when they talk about ETFs, exchange traded funds, and whether or not digital assets are a security, that is interesting as well, because I don't know how we move from Bitcoin is fake, Bitcoin isn't real, to, okay, Bitcoin is cryptocurrency, but it's not regulated. Okay, now we want to regulate it. And now Bitcoin maybe, or digital assets can be described as a security. Because remember, people, a Bitcoin ETF, you do not physically own Bitcoin. You own a piece of paper claiming that this company owns Bitcoin for you.
And if that company goes out of business,
not your keys, not your coin, people.
Right,
So
they're
they're basically giving you products to be a middleman in between you and Bitcoin where you can get it yourself. So yeah, like we have the story later about Jack Mallers. Make sure you get your own Bitcoin and have your own private keys.
it just doesn't make sense not to. But
Makes no sense.
And here's the thing. I highlight this here in the article. I mean, you just said it. Just want to highlight it again. The hearing will touch upon exchange traded funds, whether or not digital assets are a security or exempt from securities laws, and Facebook's planned launch of Libra in 2020. Here's my thing. You are now beginning to prosecute and imprison people from 2015, 16, and 17 who's been involved for crypto for different reasons of what you say did not fit into your guidelines from the 20s of licenses they may need. I mean, you are imprisoning people. Can I say this one more time? Which to me, by the way, is crazy that somebody will go to prison. You ain't even kill nobody going to prison.
Yeah.
You got the right people to do it. Yeah. So it is crazy that you're sending people to prison because they didn't fill out some paperwork about how they do their business. All right, so let's put that out there. So when that's at stake right there, when the whole thing at stake is more people going to prison, it's kind of like marijuana, cannabis. You got all these people in prison now, and then you got legal in 3 or 4 or 5, 6 states. Oh, did we mess up, or is the United States business as usual? But if that's the issue right now, where you're sending people to prison over this, I don't want your hearing to touch upon all of this stuff. That's not why you're taking tax money from us. You're taking tax money from us so you can figure it out, right, and make a decision. It's been 2 years already since crypto already had this big boom, basically. Almost a full 2 years since it reached its all-time high. And they're still talking about, well, when we go to see Congress, we'll touch upon some things. I'll tell you what that touching upon means. It means the billion-dollar businesses that are already out there in the crypto space has requests. They have things they want done, whether it's going to be eliminating competition, monopolizing a part of the sector, whatever it is, they need Congress help with it. They need the SEC help with it. Everybody needs to be on the same page. So that's what these conversations are about. They're not about the greater good or the population, the American public.
They're not trying to protect you.
They're not trying to protect you. It's not about, I can guarantee you they won't be talking about KYC and AML, right?
Yeah.
It's about, hey, we have the Coinbases of the world. We have the Geminis. We have these guys. We have some of our own Wall Street. JP Morgan's trying to get in the Fed now. How can we make this right for these people while keeping out competition? That's what it's about. So it sickens me that I had to see that they're going to touch upon this stuff when you're sending people to prison over it. It is like, don't touch upon it. Just come up with an answer. Since it's gang anyway, we don't get to decide, right? You're dictating to us what you're going to do. There's no vote. I wasn't invited to this meeting. I don't know what's going on. So, again, it's madness to see, but we definitely want to put this on everyone's map. This is going to happen on September 24th. And you remember, this is one of those meetings where they might say something that set precedents for the entire crypto space here on forward.
In the future. Be
that Black Swan event where, hey, Bitcoin's 10,200 a day. On the 25th, after hearing some news, it might go up or down, right? We'll see what happens. Another big story, Zap developer used Lightning Network to buy Bitcoin. Avoid Coinbase and BitPay. What?
Yeah, get them
Somebody
out
else got a beef with them? What's going on with this story?
Oh, yeah. Well, it looks like the real Bitcoin people are fighting back. So the creator of the Zap wallet, Jack Mallers, actually, I watched his demonstration of actually being able to get Bitcoin and bypassing BitPay, Coinbase, some of these third-party, basically crypto banks now, who are just as mainstream as any, Abra or Circle. They're becoming the same thing. So he actually wants to use the Lightning Network to facilitate instant delivery of Bitcoin purchases and keeping your KYC to a minimum, meaning you can use a phone number that isn't attached to your name, and that may be the only thing you have to use. So he actually stated here, Jack Mallers states, someone who has never experienced Bitcoin before should be able to swipe their debit card, get Bitcoin delivered to them directly onto the Lightning Network, and make inexpensive instant micropayments within seconds of purchase. And that is where we're headed, people. This is the guy, we talked about him a year ago. We talked about the Lightning Wallet. His dad actually helped with CME Group get started. They are a big crypto family, so I'm pretty sure he's at the forefront of it. I'm pretty sure he's going to be taken seriously. So he doesn't want the elites. Most of Bitcoin people do not. Doesn't want them to basically take over Bitcoin, and I'm with him.
As he is quoted as saying, explaining the impetus behind Olympus, as they say, he didn't miss his words. Quote, do we wait for Coinbase and BitPay to come around and Lightning, leave it up to the closed source elites that have misrepresented Bitcoin for years to take the baton and run it to the finish line? No, F that, he wrote. That's, listen, people's out here, look, the games is over. You talking about
Jack Mallers, I'm telling you.
Again, trillions of dollars on the line. When you just talk about crypto, you talk about the good news stories. People made money, use blockchain technology for supply chain stuff, possibly for medical records, all the good stuff. People have made money investments, learned about coding, learned about financial instruments, and then the bad side, the scams, the prison sentences, the kidnappings. All like this isn't a game. This is a serious market right now, right? There's not a lot of fun going on. I mean, outside of a couple of conferences. So I like that he's coming out being straight up with it. Like, he's calling people out by name. He's calling out Coinbase and BitPay by name. Two companies we continuously talk about, but he's right. They do represent the industry in Bitcoin, they're driving that narrative, and it's up to people that are actually using this stuff in the space to say, all right, as he said, let's make let's pivot this thing here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with him. Shout out Jack Mallers,
Right.
man.
What's going on, Leroy Forbes? I want to go to some of these comments. I'm seeing some hilarious comments coming in. Let's see. S1 Dubs, what's going on? I think I already said what's up to you, but say it twice here. Here we go. Harold George said, I think the recession is already started. School loan and auto loan crisis will eventually pop too. Oh, it's honestly started it's been started since the end of 2016. They have been kicking the can down the road for about 2. We need to sue.
And now they just got to use money to keep it going.
We need to sue our government for poor financial mismanagement. I mean, you want to talk about something? That's what we need to be suing them, getting our money back. This is crazy.
Garbage, yeah.
Like, how about you just stop taxes for a while until you figure out what to do with the money? Good looking Hunky said, will Bitcoin crash with the war? Hey, very possible, right? At least the timing. Let's see. Cryptonomics said they do have a link for the very petition. 1,000 people have signed it. Allegedly, is all fraud.
Well, they got 1,000 fake people to get.
Hilarious. Shannon Allen said they colonized the name. Hilarious. That was in reference to the government hearings and all that good stuff. Saddam Buwaru was going on, watching live from Abuja, Nigeria. Hello, hello.
Shout out Nigeria.
Yes. How to say hello in there? Go ahead and type that to us so we know what to say.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Shannon Allen says it's called Debo structuring.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's how they doing it. What when he's talking about your derivatives, he's talking about the derivatives on top of derivatives of Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
What Bitcoin?
Yeah.
What's going on, Leroy Forbes, Madam Crypto? Dio Trice said, I made it live. Cool. What's going on, Dio? Welcome to the live. Let's see. S1 Dub said, I think they're going to use Libra to go after crypto. Quite a strategy. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if Libra is used as the new Federal Reserve. I mean, again, the United States is all about business and control of business, depending on your position as far as how much money you have. But that's what our country is about, business and control. So if Libra from the business sense actually makes sense for the United States to say, hey, we swap over to this, we don't just have to keep our own country at hostage when it comes to tax. We can keep the world hostage. You know, we can keep you got 2 billion people on this platform. Yeah. We can tax 2 billion people instead of 350 million. So I actually would not be surprised if you see some crazy last minute move where it's just like, all right, we're just going to use Libra coin as the official United States, whatever. It makes sense. I mean, they did that with the Federal Reserve. That's the same thing happened with the Federal Reserve. So
better watch out for Asia. I can tell you that right now. Any Asian country that really wants to do it, they can do it as well. So yeah, that would be interesting to see.
There we go. Thanks to Dom. And say hello. It's Sanu and Hassa. So Sanu to you, Saddam. There we go. Evan says, don't give them that. You know they watching y'all. Don't give them that idea. Hilarious.
Give me my consultant fee.
Right. I was just listening. You know I was about to go there. They probably, as long as they send that email and be like, look, we're going to take this idea and run with it. If you guys want to help, we're here.
Unlike Coinstar, stole my idea.
No, they did want to do an interview, so we got to be fair.
Yeah.
Just haven't got it set up. Wells Fargo executive boasts of stablecoins, better efficiency, higher speed against Swift. So again, we were going to delete this because everybody's going to try to market their coin. Gemini did it, whatever. But you know what? Shout out to Wells Fargo for, again, the same thing as the last couple of stories, calling out your competition. We want to know who these ops are. Oh, yeah. they are calling it out.
Faster than Swift, bruh.
Right. Wells Fargo. And be honest, Ripple called out Swift first. So again, when I see Wells Fargo do it, this is another reason why XRP, like we said a couple years ago, give them 2 to 4 years. We're into that 2 to 4 years right now. Wells Fargo, a Fortune 500 company providing, we were going to get the whole thing. Wells Fargo, another U.S. bank, has been the latest institution to express potential interest in blockchain and cryptocurrencies. Yeah. Announced earlier, as we talked about this, it was yesterday or the day before, the organization revealed its plans to test an internal settlement service, Wells Fargo Digital Cash, which will operate on its own distributor ledger. Again, there is no reason to do this. It's like an intranet. This is the same thing JP Morgan's doing. This is the same thing you're going to see every bank do. This was actually the reason for Ripple for most intra-bank settlements. And definitely don't want to leave out, Warren Buffett owns 10% of Wells Fargo, the guy who claims to be everything against crypto. What else is going on with this story? And I like the fact that they called out Swift. What's up with that?
Oh, yeah. Well, if you want an idea of how slow banks move, for one, we're just now getting to a point where Wells Fargo is using this type of technology.
It's testing the technology.
They're testing the technology. How long did that take? Now, this is what they'll actually be able to do. Using the digital cash would allow the bank to move the funds 20 hours a day, up from only 6 to 9 hours. 5 days a week.
Wait,
it relies on wire transfers and systems like Swift. So the big kaboom for them is that now they move from 9 hours a day.
Is that I didn't even know that.
Exactly.
Is that 9 hours?
That is not a cryptocurrency, people. Do not let them say Wells Fargo cryptocurrency and be. That is a, like you said, intranet with blockchain sprinkled throughout. It is faster. It is cheaper, but it's still not cryptocurrency. It's not 24/7. It's not, peer-to-peer. It's literally banks being able to move money amongst each other, which is useful for them. That is useful for them.
They will save and make money.
They will save and make money. However, it is just comical how slow they move. They just now getting to the point where they can move it up to 20 hours a day. So we'll see once they test it. I'm sure they'll keep it under wraps, but a lot of times these announcements, they throw cryptocurrency or blockchain in there for the marketing. Yeah. Other than that, that's not what this is. But Wells Fargo is testing it. And it seems as though everybody wants to just throw their name in beside cryptocurrency or beside blockchain. So even the banks.
What's crazy is that, they're doing the same thing their parents did, all right? If not, maybe it's the same people, actually. I don't even know. And some of them are. Granted, I'm sure some of the presidents and VPs of Wells Fargo are the same people who are around for the .com boom. More than likely, because that's why they're in that position, right? Another 20 years later,
maybe.
Here we are, maybe, right? But my point is about them doing the same thing. We keep talking about the whole internet. You all creating your own. They are doing the exact same thing they did in the 90s into the early 2000s that did not work for companies. So I'm not understanding why companies are doing it. Damn, if they don't pay us right now for me even dropping these jewels.
History repeats itself.
It is no reason for you to create an internal like Bitcoin. Yeah. Just use Bitcoin at the very least. And I kind of get it. For them, they're like, well, we don't want to use Bitcoin because we don't want people to know how many transactions we're doing, how much, whatever. To me, I think that's going to be a thing in the past. I'm hoping that in the future, that will be the standard, no matter what business you are, private, public, whatever. Why can't we see the financials? Yeah. But whatever. Let's just say for them, there's privacy coins. There's so many different coins. There's Ripple, which is why they're there. There's JP Morgan trying to do theirs. There's Libra, it sounds like. My point is there's so many. It's going to become a rat race where you're just going to see every bank and every big business or institution have this proliferation of tokens, which we already seen by small businesses back in 2017. So interesting to see again. I'm glad they're calling out Swift because Swift is terrible. But it's also the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah.
Don't call out Swift for the way they've been doing business. You've been enjoying this business for the last 30 or 40 years. Now, because you have competition from Bitcoin and Mark Zuckerberg and a few other millennials, now all of a sudden you want to go to the whole, well, Swift is bad. We're going to change this to get it. 20 hours still isn't enough. You're going to do it 24 hours at this point. So why are you shorting us the extra 4 hours? Because it's centralized and you have to do all your little nitpicking in there to make sure you get your fees. So again, I didn't know it was 9 hours. It's crazy to see 20.
Trash.
But this is banks. They have the money to do the marketing. We'll see what happens with it, right? I just can't wait till Warren Buffett comes back around. So I've always been a champion of Bitcoin.
Yeah, right.
South Korea's Upbit becomes latest exchange to delist privacy cryptocurrencies. What is going on with the delisting, the quiet delisting of privacy cryptocurrencies? Why is this happening? Why is Upbit doing it? What's up?
Oh, yeah. Well, we have seen a few exchanges such as OKX and now Upbit, both Korean exchanges, actually take away support for privacy coins. And it looks like Monero, Dash, Zcash, having BitTube and Pivx will end on Monday, September 30th. So basically what is happening now is quietly, because there's not a lot of stories coming out, but just from people I know and seeing it on exchanges, quietly what they're doing is probably telling exchanges, you have to get rid of these privacy coins in order to stay legitimate and stay open, or there's a security hole, or there's a way that we could somehow link some sort of terrorist activity to your exchange because you had these privacy coins listed, because they're actually too private. There was a story that came out in Forbes.
They work.
We really can't do anything with them. So, hey, they work. So that is something to look forward to in the future, because technically taking them off of exchanges makes them more valuable, because once you start mining them, if it's almost impossible to find privacy coins, but they work, that will drive demand and value up in the future. But, of course, the initial shock of delisting it, a lot of coins lost value. And also, it was surprising that these companies are keeping it so quiet. You would think they would have an announcement that, hey, this is coming out, this is big, make sure you move your coins. They're doing it quietly because I think they don't want to shed light on the fact that privacy coins work. And I think this will give them more headaches than they want.
Well, we've seen that in the mainstream reporting too. Like when you talk about all the FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, for those who don't know, like all the bad news that come with crypto, that goes that points at Bitcoin for being this big culprit. I mean, Bitcoin hasn't been a culprit for criminals for about 3 or 4 years now. I hate to break it to some of you all, like. Well, I'll say about the end of 2016, 2017, it really switched when these privacy coins got together. But I mean, no criminal is using Bitcoin. The ransomware people are, but that's because you have to tunnel so much through the VPNs and everything else they're using. They know you more likely won't find them. And if you do find them, you're not going to hop on a plane and go to some small village in the Philippines to go see them about it. So
and plus they can keep moving it.
Right.
So if they never cash out.
Yeah, privacy coins work. They're out here. And again, that goes to show how much the government don't know, or as you said, are basically trying to hide it. No one wants to talk about it because it's one of those things where it's like, people already going crazy about Bitcoin, think they can do whatever. They find out about these privacy coins, like CryptoCoin, our in-house one, then it's over. So
shout out to Shannon.
Shout out to Shannon.
Like we said, privacy coins are becoming very, very, very popular coming in 2020, 2021.
Right. Oh, what's going on? Chats with Decentralized say I'm wearing y'all's BitConnect shirt for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, I just put it in my notes. It did pass my memory this week, but Decentraland, Chats with Decentralized, I'll take a look at it this weekend. We'll give you a quick review next week on it. So we're hoping the project is looking good to go right now. We definitely want to talk about it and give you a shout out on the show.
True.
Madam Crypto, how can we buy Bitcoin in Black America with crypto?
Oh, yeah. Just put the website there. You can buy it straight off the website, www.bitcoininblackAmerica.com.
Boom. Shannon Allen, legitimizing it and having the ability to get it peer-to-peer is key. When people realize you don't need to exchange in the future, I don't think people are going to realize that. I think and again, I'm not saying like the powers that be as some big conspiracy. Any business that has money that's in the financial services business and they have money to market, they are going to market against you keeping your own money.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like financial advisors. There's always hold on, you don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that.
Like, and again, shout out to my old financial advisor, but he definitely, reeled me a little bit away from crypto when it could have went a little bit heavier.
Most of them did. Like 95%. We're like,
right.
You don't want anything to do with that.
You don't want nothing to do with that.
I still remember 2015 talking to financial advisors in Charlotte who were like, oh, man, I tell all my clients, stay away from it. And you look now and it's like, your clients probably fired you.
I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm not asking for your permission. Let's get this conversation. What are we doing here today?
Yeah.
But for sure, I know you mean. I saw another very interesting comment. I'm trying to scroll. Oh, Shannon Allen said Wells Fargo is doubling down because of they're trying to survive. They don't want to legitimize Bitcoin completely because it challenges it. And we do understand that. I mean, again, we tell people we do spice it up a little bit just because we know we're doing live podcasts, but from a business standpoint, I get it. I mean, if I was Wells Fargo or any other bank, I would have launched a stable coin 2 years ago. I would already have my own bank crypto. It would already been a Wells Fargo coin out. And you would not been allowed to bank with us moving after 2 weeks from this date unless you use this. And literally, we had it would have been a change of service.
And it's a fee attached.
Overnight. All that. Look, come on.
They actually get it. They actually fumbling the bag right now.
They are fumbling the bag.
By being so old and outdated.
Right.
We could get you some strategies if you want to bridge that gap. Even though people are going to choose crypto later, you want to
make some quick money so, your golden parachute package, you retire.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the thing. Like, we joke about this. We talk about it. We yell, but we understand the business moves behind it. It does make sense. Of course, they're definitely trying to survive. DeVault, thank you. It's DeVault. Chats with Decentralized, DeVault project. We're going to cover that next week for sure.
DeVault.
So we get it. It's just crazy to see how majority of our nation either doesn't get it or just doesn't understand how it's truly going to affect them. So it's always interesting to cover that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Oh, there we go. Shannon Allen said, got some new cryptic coin scarves being made for you. I'm wearing mine to the show in December, baby.
Just in time for the winter.
There we go. All right. Game Maker Electronic Arts trolls crypto Twitter. This is hilarious. They even had like a game character here, who I think this is the actual character that's going to be named this person. But a brand account bested crypto Twitter at his own game today, trolling the space with misleading instructions to go all in cryptocurrency. Earlier this, that's hilarious. And they didn't say go all in, but just invest in it. Earlier this afternoon, the Electronic Arts Twitter account tweeted out, quote, invest in crypto, unquote, seemingly unprompted. The tweet had over 10,000 favorites and 4,000 retweets, and many Twitter users suggested the account had been hacked. That's how crazy it is. For those who aren't in the know, EA Sports, or Electronic Arts in general, is one of the biggest video game makers out there. They're at the conferences here in LA every year.
Oh, yeah.
For all those people who, the parents who tell their children, like, why are you playing video games, or clown them, like, a life in EA Sports is the reason why. It's like a multi-billion-dollar company. They make crazy money from just video games.
Oh, yeah.
And they actually pay people to test the video games, too. I mean, you have to test them like 40 hours a week, but you get paid.
They QA people. This is actually pretty smart because I think they figured, hey, people are going to Google and search crypto anyway. So if our character crypto is already out, he becomes popular, kids like it, we get that cross promotion. And of course, when they tweeted out invest in crypto, they got 10,000 favorites, 4,000 retweets, just like that. I was one of those people that did it because I thought they were actually talking about crypto. I thought they were going to implement it. But of course, hit you with the okie doke. Yep, gotcha. Wasn't fast enough. But yeah, so that's basically how it works. The marketing team was smart for that. And of course, invest in crypto, since it's a character, it was a play on words. Right. But the character himself may become popular now because now crypto people will hear about it. So we'll see. EA Sports, smart people. This is why they won the tops.
So as Bitcoin Zay is referring to, the invest in crypto was actually a character for their upcoming video game. Their name is Crypto, and they're actually referring to traditional cryptography and not Satoshi's white paper. And again, here you can see it highlighted. EA Sports are known for sport action games like Madden, the football game, FIFA, the soccer game. And again, this is the new game for Apex Legends. Oh, I've actually heard of Apex Legends. Big game, actually. Really big game. So Apex Legends Season 3 Meltdown coming out this October. Again, like you said, main character named Crypto or character named Crypto. We got your kids. Yeah. Like, we have your kids. Like, people need to, for everyone who's against crypto, just ask them to ask their children about it.
Yeah, just wait.
This Apex Legends is aimed at, like, I think, 6 or 7 plus. Mm-hmm. So their aim is 7-year-old's going to have a character named Crypto and find out about cryptography.
And they're going to know exactly what it is.
There you have it. That's going to be your boss in about 2 years. It's crazy.
You'll be paying allowance in crypto. Get ready.
So it's pretty funny. EA accessed another account under Electronic Arts because Electronic Arts is such a huge conglomerate. They have smaller accounts. But EA Access said, "Brother, why do you do this? You a disappointing father," in regards to the actual EA account. And EA actually answered back and said he's used to it. So, again, I love seeing this. We were talking about this earlier. You have a multi-billion-dollar tech company having fun on their Twitter about cryptocurrency.
See?
But the person, but somebody don't want to put $25 into it, like you said. I mean, it's just,
I don't know. I got to do all the research before I put anything in there. Right. It tell you 4 years.
Right. But so that was a pretty cool story to see. Do we have anybody for the free crypto coin today? And now, what are we doing for tomorrow or for next week?
Yeah, for the free crypto coin on Monday, ZapDev Jack Mallers came out with his ability to use your credit card and get Bitcoin on Lightning Network. Will you use this instead of Coinbase and BitPay? And do you think we should actually fight back against both in order to get rid of the corporate side? Let us know what you think. Put your crypto coin address, and we'll send those free coins to you.
Thanks. And I definitely want to shout this out. Christopher Ladd. Was that his name too? I think he's talking about another character or guy's name is Apex, their avatar. He says huge. That's the kid that won $3 million in that ESPN video game tournament. There you go, people. $3 million video game tournament. We just missed it. We had just missed it.
Our parents were wrong.
Oh, so wrong.
Made us stay outside so much.
All right, that's the show for today, people. Have a happy Friday. We will see you again next week. Again, make sure you click on that bell next to notifications. Make sure you know when we're going on live. We'll be bouncing around at different times, but we definitely will be here. Other than that, have a happy Friday. Cheers.
Cheers.